I need
That's
to use
fine.
adult sheets, right?
Yes, this would be your adult sheets for Faith and for Fellcayn. And while you're getting them ready,
Oh, I'm already ready. I had them up. They were
okay.
just in different tabs.
Faith and Fellcayn and
Do you need
Tree.
a pee break?
I don't. Do you?
Okay. No, I'm good.
Okay. And Woggle Twig step through the portal, and you see a bleak landscape stretching as far as you can see. A river of inky black flows with an unseen current, and icy winds batter the structures. It looks like the structures of ice look like they've been like ripped apart by giants. It looked like they may have been building sometime, in an ancient past. And nearby, the only thing of note that you see is a portion of a tomb or other ancient structure partially fallen in that adorns a descent into the ice. And otherwise, you just see this river as far as you can see and these structures that are torn apart.
Well, first things first, everyone's just gonna be like, oh yeah. Oh, thank God I'm back.
You've never met
Because,
Fellcayn, so you're going to have to talk to yourself too.
oh God, this is gonna get awkward. Um, so yeah, first off, Faith is and Fellsane both on, like not even noticing each other is gonna be like, oh, is everything where it's supposed to be? Oh, yep, that's there. Um, and then, given what they've done adventure-wise, would Felsane as a court magician have heard of Faith?
I'm sorry, you two met. You actually met. So Dane Earnhardt, at the reading of deeds, attempted to assassinate Ardrith, and
That's
then
right.
after the assassination attempt, he was still alive. He commissioned the three quests, and or the three quests, and so he saw there was Bjorn and Faith and Edmund, and oh
Yeah, so they've met like in a professional capacity.
yeah, they may even like just straight up know each other. It would make sense.
Well, and then like, even if they hadn't met in a professional capacity, I feel like everyone has heard about what part Ardrith's party, which really is Felsane's party, since everyone else who started that quest is dead. uh, did with the whole war and everything.
Yeah, and also of note, Faith is in her full, glorious, angelic state. Like, she's no longer a tiefling child that's pale, but this, like, full on
Yes.
angel person that's
And I feel
glowing.
like there were probably rumors enough of that Felsane would recognize her without too much effort. Because that's kind of a big deal, what she did and what happened afterwards. Although I guess nobody knows that she transformed since that happened right before going into the staircase.
Yeah, no, there's a bunch of portaling going on, so no, actually, Felsang
Yeah.
would not have heard of this, so it's kind of good news, actually. It means that your mission probably succeeded. I guess Felsang would probably want to know, but also I just want to note, Faith, you have this overwhelming sense that that part of you that's missing is in that crypt.
Alright, well, Faith's just gonna, like, look at Felsane, who's just kind of, like, staring at her, because Faith recognizes Felsane, but Felsane does not recognize the current Faith. And Faith's just gonna be like, okay, court magic lady, whatever was taken from me is definitely in there. Not sure where yours is, but let's, step one, get this, step two, don't know, step three, profit? Sound like a good plan? And Felsane's just gonna kind of very slowly nod, because that does sound like a good plan, but she's also kind of foggy on the details of what happened between finding a book with a magical mirror lady in the cover and now.
Also, standing next to you is not a tree, but instead a bullywug. And he's like, "Oh, I I seem to have reconstituted.
And Faith is just gonna kind of like look at him with a great amount of concern in her face and ask if that's better or worse than being a tree in an ice climate.
I think it's okay. I'm very cold. Um, what is this place?
I don't know. But does Fellcayn know?
Fellcayn could make a Arcana check.
She is good at those. Really good at those. And has
Also,
advantage on them. What the
Faith
hell?
could make a religion check.
How do I do the thing? I don't know how to roll advantage without... Oh, I guess it's automated. Okay, cool. So then 30 for Fellcayn.
Wow.
And yeah, I got a nat 20 plus 10. And Faith got a 12.
Okay, well, I'll start with Faith. Faith, you know that this is a hellish place of some kind. You feel a sense of kinship with it and connection to it that is very unsettling. Fellcayn, you know exactly what this place is because you've read about it and you've identified it perfectly. This is Stygia, the fifth layer of the 9 hells of Beator. The frozen sea and the cracked hell where this is basically like if hell is where you send bad people, this is where hell sends its bad people.
Oh my god. It's Siberia. You said the 9 hells of what?
Beator, the 9 hells.
Beator.
D&D.
How do you spell that?
Baator, like where the hells are, the devils, not the demons.
Yeah.
I said abyss, and I should have said
Well, you said 5th layers of the 9 hells.
Yeah.
When did you say abyss?
I said that it was written in abyssal. I should have said it was written in infernal, actually.
Oh, well, he knew the one for infernal anyway, so he still would have known it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's no reason that something that knows infernal can't also know abyssal.
Yeah.
Okay, the note-taking is going to be kind of annoying, but I'm going to need a second.
Fellcayn would know that this layer, it is like the place that devils are sent as a punishment, and the archdevil, the minor god of this place, is Levistus, the god of treachery and assassination, who's the iced god, the trapped god.
But once Fellcayn tells her it's Stygia, she would know that? Or Fellcayn knows that?
Fellcayn knows that.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to take notes for 2 people at once.
Oh, yeah, it's weird.
My brain's just like trying to switch between them. It's hard. Okay. So it's ruled by Levistus.
Yeah.
Yes. I honestly feel like I should have seen this coming now. Okay. Okay, so Fellcayn is going to relay all that, and Faith is just gonna very calmly just...
And remember, Faith doesn't know who she is.
Faith knows who Fellcayn is.
Yes. But Faith doesn't know who Faith is. Because she lost herself. She lost her faith.
Okay, but she does still recall, because the Levistus stuff was like her entire life before that too, so like she...
It's also fair to just say that it doesn't have to be an intellectual matter. She knows in her heart.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, I feel like she would for sure know Levistus and hate him regardless of the faith thing, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Like,
so it
was never a secret. Yes.
Ah, okay. I thought she lost who she was. That's why. Okay, gotcha.
Well, she lost her... Because the whole thing of becoming Faith was that Helm
that's right.
saved her and freed her.
Yep.
And now, so she's basically lost the Helm branch of her life. is what it is.
Oh man, maybe she doesn't look like a glorious angel and looks like who she used to be.
I mean, I feel like she still could, because that's like it's the part of her soul was taken from her, not that her like entire life was literally changed.
Yeah,
So like I feel like if she sees her reflection, she won't recognize it.
yeah,
But I mean, that would have to be like Helm being like, "Hey, guess what? Pfft, you're not an angel anymore." If that makes sense.
sure.
Which I guess that's up to you as the guy running the game if Helm would do that.
No,
It's very confusing.
no, I wouldn't do that. I don't think.
Yeah, like my understanding is that the piece of the soul being taken is like it affects her personal timeline in her as she understands it, but not as reality knows it.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. This is deep. This is deep.
Yeah, a little bit. It's much easier for Fellcayn. It's just like, what the fuck happened? And she just like doesn't remember being a child, basically.
Yeah, and can't learn new
But
stuff.
yeah. Do I still have access to the spells I had? Like, I physically
Yes.
have a spell book again, so.
But not new ones. So when you gained a level,
Okay.
you didn't get spells yet, and you can't until it's fixed.
Okay, I will have to remember that because I was taking spells.
Yeah.
But basically, that'll just be everything like 7th level and up, I think. Because I
Okay.
think I was at 6th level before that already. Okay. So yes, Fellcayn agrees. Step 1, go in the thing. Step 3, profit. And then, yeah.
Oh, you guys don't have any, or I don't have any. Let me give myself to be able to see everything. There we are. All right. You, it's quiet when you descend down into the crypt, except you think sometimes you hear a chittering noise, and every so often a lamenting moan, faintly, like. Otherwise, the air is completely still and void. It's a still, cold air that almost suffocates your lungs from its lack of movement and being stifling. You're surrounded by ice in strange, crystalline, shining ice formations that glitter.
Alright. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to control the frog or not,
No, I can
but I would
control
like
the fog.
him.
I got you.
Okay.
Just tell me when.
Well, I would like him like to go into the rear of the formation
Okay.
and like surround the squishy one is the plan there.
All right.
That way,
He is
because
only a
he had
bullywug.
like,
That's his stat. So.
well, I mean, he had armor and a spear that's less squishy.
He has 11 hit points.
I mean, okay, yeah, Fellcayn has better hit points. I guess he'll be safer at the back.
He's in hell's hell.
Well, so Faith.
The path
Is
here
gonna
it
start.
tees around this ice formation to the right and to the left.
Yes, I see that. I have, I think that's my dark vision in like yellow, I guess. Is that
I
yellow?
imagine it would be like divine for her now,
Oh yeah, that makes sense. And Fellcayn's just basically gonna follow her the whole time, yeah. And like we're gonna go slow, like not stealthy, but we're definitely listening for any signs of people trying to like set up an ambush.
You hear voices coming to the left here where it tees.
Okay.
And you don't hear anything to the right.
Just a reminder that if I'm within 30 feet of undead, my shiny hat lights up.
All right? It doesn't do that.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep going
As you keep
towards
going
the
this way,
voices.
yeah, you can hear the voices grow louder.
Oops. Just gonna.
And then
Now I'm gonna try to sneak these last 2 squares to see if I can peep on what's going on up here.
Okay. Roll stealth for whoever's in the lead.
All right. This will go really poorly, but it's being attempted all the same. There we go. And that is a 6.
6, and it doesn't matter because they have true sight anyway. I don't even know why I'm rolling. The lead one, he's got actually, I'll show you. He looks like this. He's covered in like dark armor, and his weapons and armor has flames coming out of it. And he strides toward you in an echoing, booming voice, and he says, "Ah, a power and a prime. You," and he holds out his flaming gauntleted hand. He's like, "You do not belong in this place. And you," and he points to Fellcayn, "will be swallowed. But you may join in our hunt, for that is what our law requires."
My only question would be, what are you hunting, and are you gonna get in the way if I try to get my soul back?
Flimsy power. You have no hope here. But I know that you're here for some portion of your soul, for there is no other reason to come here unless you have made a new bargain with our side. We are hunting the pets of Levistus. This is my platoon, and we are sent here by our commander to train. And you see these figures behind him in armor with pale skin and like a baby's face as a mask, and they just like
Oh,
tilt
dude,
their
that's
head.
fucking terrifying. Like, didn't you promise us no more horror, and now you're giving us fucking
This
baby-headed
is
gargoyle men? I
this
mean,
is
Jesus.
this is Forgotten Realms D&D stuff. I didn't make this up.
This is like
this is a
medieval Dead
Marengon.
Space.
This is a Marengon. This is D&D stuff. I didn't make this up.
Oh my god. Yeah, it looks like the fucking babies from Dead Space, except it's not a spider.
And they're just quiet, and they just like silently look at you.
Well,
basically,
I
they're
remember
sent
not
here,
liking...
these squads of devils are sent here sometimes not as prisoners, but rather as like training.
Training exercises.
Yeah, training exercise, yeah.
I mean, I don't like Levistus, so yeah, I'll help hunt his pets. I'm fine with that.
Very
Fellcayn
well.
just kind of doesn't give a shit.
All right. They start to. He says something like in a screeching voice that you recognize as probably infernal, and then
I speak that still.
and he's like, he's like, "My slaves, attend me, and die well. Some of you may rise to become what you could be." And then like the platoon starts to like go forward with their halberds, like pointing toward the walls, and you can hear a somewhere, and then like the wall shakes, and the ground moves, and like ice shakes loose from the ceiling around you. And you continue forward until eventually you get to this opening.
Does there appear to be any danger of the ceiling crashing down on my party?
It doesn't seem to.
Okay.
Until you get to about right here, and then all of a sudden one of these is just suddenly snatched by something and then like torn off into the darkness. And then he says, "Spread out." And they do that, and they spread out. And
was I able to determine the shape of what snatched it with my dark vision?
You are, because all of a sudden they show up. And there's one of these things.
Oh, it's just a centipede cobra fish.
This thing is gigantic. It is probably 20 or 30 feet tall. It looks like a mix between a centipede, a cobra, something on fire, and I don't know.
And a prawn?
Yeah.
A crawdad?
And all of a sudden it lashes down to try to strike at one of these things, and you can roll for initiative.
I do like rolling for initiative. Oh, did I do that thing? No, I did not do that thing. Okay. Okay, first this one. Doodly-doo. Then that one. Didn't mean to do that. But I guess that technically also works because they have the same modifier. So, Fellcayn 9, Faith 16.
All right, the first would be Fellcayn.
With a 9?
I'm sorry, the Faith.
That makes more sense. Okay. I guess I'm gonna... squares are 5 feet still?
Yep.
Okay, because sometimes we don't do to scale. I just want to be sure there. Oh shit, then I'm just gonna run up on this bitch. Yeah, and I'm just gonna be like, hey, let's give you a taste of this shiny sword that I'm holding for some reason, unbeknownst to me.
You suddenly take 13 points of fire damage as you get close to it.
Which means I take
sword.
6 points of fire damage, because
Nice.
fire resistance.
Alright, also, I believe that you get stuff against demons, right? With your Everbright sword?
Let me check here. Let's see. +3 bonus to attack, blah blah blah. When you hit a fiend or an undead with it. Is it a fiend or an undead?
I think it's a devil, because why is it here? So I would call it a devil, a fiend.
Okay. Then yes, it takes an extra 2d10 radiant damage for each attack. And I get 2 attacks, because I'm, you know, that. So 1. Oh wow, I rolled literally a nat 1 on the first attack, but that's a 12 to hit and a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
Okay. Then that is going to be a whole plus 2d10.
Is
So
any of this
11
fire damage or cold?
None of it is fire damage.
Okay.
So 11 and 10 is 21. So it takes, yeah, 11 slashing and 10 radiant.
So 21. Okay. You slice into it. You slice off one of its spikes, and it screams in anger at you. This fire shoots out of it, and that makes it these other things turns, and they're gonna try to surround it and poke it with their halberds.
Well, I'm gonna try and use my bonus action
Go
to
for it.
do my shield master shove.
Okay.
Because, like, yeah, it's a big thing, but if I can, like, smack it in the face, I could whip its head into a wall, is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
And that doesn't really have a roll or anything, it's just an action, or bonus action.
Does it get knocked back 5 feet?
It just says you can try to shove a creature within 5 feet of you with your shield if you use the attack action on your turn.
All right. You crack it in the face with your shield, and it rears back in anger and frustration. Anything else?
That's that for her.
Yeah, these things, they're going to try to surround it and join the fight. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Marangon has multi-attack with a halberd. And let's see, +5. So let's see. I got lots of stuff here. 17, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. They're all going to do. Well, it would be this one. Actually, do you know what a halberd does? It's a two-handed weapon. Halberd.
I can look it up real quick.
It does 1d10. So they're going to do this. They're going to do 16 damage right off the bat. And then they're going to try to do it again. I'm glad you didn't try to fight these. And then they're going to do one more. And that's going to do another 8 damage. 6, 5, that much. Okay. And then this guy, he's going to try to attack. Not a Narzagon. He's gonna have a multi-attack. Called Fire Lance. He's gonna attack twice. Plus 11 to hit is a 17 and a 19 both hit. And they do 1d12 plus 5. So 2d12 plus 10 is 24 or more damage. 69. Okay. That is all their stuff, and now it's Fellcayn's turn. Actually, no, it's the Rimmeraz's turn. It screams in pain as it starts getting stabbed by these demons, and it reaches down to attack one. It's going to try to swallow. I guess that's all it can do. Okay. It's got a plus 11 to hit, so it does a 24. Which grapples it, and you see that it just instantly swallows one of these things whole. And then it swallows it, and while it's swallowed, it takes 66 acid damage.
Jesus.
Rolling d6, 6, 14, 20 damage, which is not that much, actually. We're talking high level play here. 20 damage. This thing is still like jostling around inside of its belly, like trying to get out. And now it's Fellcayn's turn.
All right. All right. Well, she's gonna come forward. Oh, wait, maybe not. Let me check my ruler. Okay, yeah, that's not far, and I can have line of sight on that. So yeah, I'm good there. Then I'm going to cast Toll of the Dead. It's a 16 wisdom save.
9 plus 0 is 9. Fails.
All right. And then it is already wounded, yes?
Yes.
Which I'm at 15th level. So it is 3d12 necrotic damage.
All right.
Holy crap. Did that not show up? What's going on here? This thing's freaking out on me. There we go. 29 necrotic damage.
You do 29 necrotic damage.
One of those dice was an 11. I love this d12 shit.
It screams in anger and pain, and flames shoot out of the wound that you rip inside of its side with your magic. And the bullywug is going to cower in fear, if that's okay. But if Faith tells him to do something, he will do it no matter what.
Oh no, yeah, she definitely feels better having him not in the fight. Because she already feels bad that he's a tree outside of here.
They're going to try to attack this thing again. And then, let's see here. 1, a nat 20, so that's 3. 4 hits, not nearly as good. And they do...
Oh wait, wouldn't that go back to being Faith, though? At the top of the turn?
I'm sorry, it is Faith. I'm going to go ahead and roll it. But you go ahead and tell me what you're going to do.
I mean, I'm just going to swing my sword at it again, so how much fire damage do I take?
Oh, yes. Everybody, all of these people take fire damage if you can. I got to do some math. 5 plus 20 is 11 is that, okay? And then fire damage. Everybody takes... Test this, make sure that's right. Let's see, 3d6 fire damage. So everybody takes 13 damage. And
So
then
Faith takes half.
13.
Alright, and then I got a 17 and 18 to hit on those.
17 and 18. 17 and 18 both hit.
Alright, then I'm just going to do it this way. That's 2d8 and 4d10. Just roll it all at once. There we go. Alright, that is 37 damage, much of it radiant.
37 damage. It screams in pain and rears up as you blast out another gout of flame from its side. 37.
And if it's not dead, I'm going to try and shield bash it into another wall.
And then you like jump up into the air after you cast your magic and clock it back in the face again, and it rears back like being sucker punched and slams up against the wall.
That's not even magic. That's just sword attacks, man.
Oh no, I mean, what? Oh yeah, a sword attack, yeah, and then sword attack, and then you do that. Yeah. Anything else for Faith?
That's it. Yeah, that was action and bonus action.
They're trying to surround this thing and fight it. When all of a sudden, its friend appears and it rips one of them out. Let's see here. And swallows it.
Yeah, how's stuff getting up there, by the way? Because, like, isn't this a wall right here?
Oh, it has a burrow speed and can burrow through ice as a special ability.
Ah.
If it wanted to, it could just drag things off, which is what it's going to do now. It disappears. And you're surrounded by just icy darkness as these things are pointing their halberds as two of their friends are dragged off into the dark. And I'm going to see how much damage it does to them. And then the other guy missed his attacks. Swallow 66.
Trying to avoid using any abilities that would be related to faith.
And then,
like most of my fucking paladin skills.
let's see, that would be 20 is 33. And then 13. And we're down to just 3 of them. Okay, yeah, these things have disappeared into the ice, except for the holes. So, now what do you do? It is.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna... Like, are we still in combat, or are they running away, or just biding their time?
They like, grabbed someone, one of them appeared to grab someone, and then, like, slammed down into the ice and burrowed down into it. And,
okay, let me check this spell really quick. 20-foot cube.
I think it has burrow.
I can move 30 feet.
Yeah, it has burrow.
Okay, Fellcayn is gonna tell Frogboy to follow her and go up to Faith, and then centering it on her own, like, or like between her feet, basically, she's going to cast Alarm.
Okay.
And it's a 20-foot cube, so if anything gets within 10 feet of her in any direction, it will alert us to the things coming.
It is coming,
the plan there.
And you already know.
I mean, shit, okay. I have no idea what I can even do for bonus actions as Faith. I mean, as Fellcayn. Yes, I do! I summon my manifested mind right here at the 3 o'clock position, and that's as much as Fellcayn can do, but, like, I would like to just verbally alert people with pointy sticks as to where the thing is gonna be.
Where do you want it? Actually, you have control of it. Here you go.
That works. Yeah, just 3 o'clock.
Alright, yeah, and they know now, and this thing is coming up, and they come and they ready their attacks, so it works, it prepares them. And that is a good thing that you did that, because it bursts out of the ice, and they have their attacks ready this time. It's the other one, and all of a sudden... Actually, what does Faith do? I guess she readies her attacks?
Oh yeah, I guess Faith is at the top of the action there, so yeah, yes, she readies her attacks, and so I just attack it now? That it's bursting up?
Well, I think you actually, and I can just take the top ones here. I think you can only ready one attack. No, if you take the attack action, you can do your extra attack. So, you can ready your attack and then do the extra attack if that's what you intend to do.
Okay.
One of them hits, and that 20s again. So they do another 20, what is that, 11 damage.
And then I got a 20 and a 17, which I believe both hit.
And because of that, it also has to succeed, and it does a nat 1. It takes so much damage on its turn that it spits one of the devils out of its mouth. And
That's hilarious.
and regurgitates it. And how much damage did you do?
30, much of it radiant.
41.
And,
Okay.
you know, while it's regurgitating one, I'd like to smack it again
Go for it.
with the shield. So, I mean, that was all my attacks, but, like, yeah, shield bash it into the nearest pointy wall.
You smash it up against this nearby ice structure, and ice shatters everywhere as its body slams up against it. And let's see, that's their attacks, and then its buddy, let me see what it can do, is going to try to, it's going to try to move and burst up out of the ice again and attack this one. But it can't swallow it because it's already got one in its belly. At least that's what I'm rolling it as, an 8, so it misses. And then it already took its turn, but it's got movement. But that's all of its movement. So now they're both out of the ice thanks to that. So that makes it Fellcayn's turn.
Yes, Fellcayn goes last and Faith goes first. Okay, Fellcayn, so they're both wounded now, right?
Yep.
Okay, this one over, well, can they reach this one, or is it, like, up on a cliff?
It would be difficult terrain, so you would move half your movement speed.
Okay, then Fellcayn's gonna attack that one with Toll of the Undead, or Toll the Dead,
Okay.
which is 16 Wisdom save again.
Fails.
Okay, and doodly-doodly-doo. 21 necrotic damage.
Okay. It screams in pain as now you're starting to wear it down, and it starts to get hurt.
Alright, and then, I mean, yeah, that's it for her. Faith is going to come over to this one and lay into it. Lay waste!
Alright, go for it.
That's a 26 to hit and a 22 to hit. Holy crap.
Any nat 20s among those? No. Okay.
Nope.
Alright, yeah, they both hit.
And that is doodly doodly doo, all the damage at once. 34 damage, much of it radiant.
It, describe your kill.
Well, given the terrain we in, I'm gonna say she, like, ran over here and just, like, slid along its legs and just, like, shoop, 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 there go a bunch of its legs. And then, like, when it fell over, she just, like, ran back and stabbed it in the back of the hooded head there. And
If you've ever seen that movie, Deep Horizon, or Deep Rising, where they're in the ship and then the worms come in, and they rip the belly of the worm and the thing falls out, the guy, that's what happens. You rip it open, and one of the devils is half decomposed with acid and falls out and just looks at you blankly. And but you have ripped this thing open and it is dead.
is the one that fell out still alive
No.
and suffering?
No, it's
Okay.
dead. Yeah. There
I
are
mean, there's not much I
evil
could do
devil
if it
people,
was.
So there is that.
Well, yeah, but...
Not that Faith can't have compassion on everything. But anyways,
Well, and even then, it's like, does she even have access to any of the stuff that requires having faith? Because, like, all her paladin and healing stuff is based on having faith in Helm, right? So...
yeah, I don't know.
But then that gets me into the whole deep stuff, like, if you take somebody that has faith magic and you brainwash them to believe in a different god, does that change their magic? Or can you brainwash them to have no faith and they lose their magic? Or is magic intrinsic and faith in the gods is actually irrelevant?
It's deep stuff. They do a crap ton of damage on this thing as they surround it as it poked its head out here. It screams as they're surrounding it and stabbing it with their halberds, and this other guy is going to make two attacks as well. He gets a nat 20 on one of his attacks. The Narzagon, let's see, he does a plus 10 to hit with 1d12 plus 5, so it's 3d12 plus 15. 3d12 is 19 plus 15 is 34. Another 34 is that, and then it screams as they're just, the devils are like beating this thing down now, and it's its turn. It's going to try to attack one of them again, and try to swallow it. It fails, and then it's going to stay where it's at, and that makes it Fellcayn's turn.
Question. If I... Well, wait, let me check what this requires. Okay, so my technically cleric cantrip requires voice and hand stuff.
Yeah.
So if I... Well, here's what my plan is. I want to put my book up here, because I can move it as a bonus action.
Okay.
And it's not a physical thing, so it doesn't get affected by terrain and whatnot.
Yeah.
So if I have that behind him, and he sees and hears me saying a spell in front of him, but it comes out of the book behind him, would he have disadvantage on that save? Because he's expecting it from the front?
Sure.
Or is it not a smart enough creature for that to matter?
Yeah, no, I like it.
Alright, because I'm going to do the Toll of the Dead again.
I'm
So
not
it's a
going to say that I'm
16
always going to do
wisdom
that.
save.
I just think it makes sense in this situation. So
No,
you
for
got a-
sure. I mean, it's definitely
you
the
got a 12.
situational thing. Alright, then the damage is 32 necrotic.
32. Describe your kill.
I imagine just the force of the necrotic energies pouring out of this book behind it cause all of the wounds to glow a sickly green, and it just like explodes in gore out of all its already open wounds.
These things are like molten, flaming carcass that stinks on the ground in front of you, and the Narzagon approaches Faith and says, "By our rules, we must allow you now to pass, for you have succeeded in the hunt, unless you would like to battle us as well."
Nope. Well, I'm not really here for battle, thanks though. Maybe next time.
And then he motions for all of them to leave. And one of them has died, a very low casualty rate amongst the devils. And they leave.
Alright. I'm gonna keep my book summoned because there's literally no time limit on it and no reason not to have it out. It does shed 10 feet of dim light, I believe.
Okay, I'll give it that.
I'm not sure if that's gonna matter or not later on, but figured just in case I need it, there it is. Yeah, dim light within 10 feet. And then I'm just gonna regroup my party here. And do either of my people know what might be valuable from such creatures?
You could attempt a survival check.
Alright, Faith will do that because she knows how to survive things. And she got a holy crap nat 20 for a natural 29.
She knows that this could be used, the acid could be used as a weapon. It could be containerized and then added to arrows and blades as an acid. It would have to be a very sturdy container, and anything else it touched could also degrade.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna do that, but like their teeth or fiery spines aren't worth a damn, or...
It would be worth it as a kind of monster trophy, to say like if you went back to the Planeswalkers, and that's a kind of esoteric object that a Planeswalkers guild might be like, well, I used to a Rimmer as.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take a couple spikes off them, but I'm also going to use my Ring of Telekinesis to try and like... Wait, can I do that? I don't know what how telekinesis works. I have not used this in so long now. I have too many spells. A corpse counts as an object, no? Oh, basically I just want to, like, without touching flaming spikes, break them off the corpses. Like,
I think you
just
could do
three
that.
of them.
You could use
All right.
nearby stuff and things, and you could do it. So you get their...
Yeah.
You can add their
And then-
flaming spikes to your inventory.
Well, and then she's gonna give one to Froggy Boy so he can stay warm, because it's I mean, basically the one
Thank
she's given
you.
him is like a hot pocket pack thing.
Yeah.
They don't really have those here, but I've heard of them.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna give one to Fellcayn in case she needs it for
That reminds me
whatever
to
reason.
make a con save, but you don't have to now because you found a way to stay warm.
Oh yeah, that works. Well, and then I think a lot of my characters have like fluffy coats and shit from stuff. No, that was Sika that was on that mission. Okay, 1 times flaming spine from, what are these things called?
Rimmer has.
Rimmer has. Oh, good. That's exactly how I spelt it. I must be some kind of like spelling bee champion.
What do you guys do now?
Now I'm sorry. I just gotta finish typing this real quick so I don't forget about it and have problems later. I don't know why this puts extra spaces and stuff. Okay. I guess I'm gonna. I mean, I'm assuming these guys know the way out, so I'm gonna just head that way and, like, well, I mean, do I feel like this is the right direction for my, like, soul piece? I have no idea.
Yeah. This direction here's this a ways.
Okay, yeah, so I can just keep going this way then. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. As you approach that, let's see here. This happens. This is what you see. This area here is, I'll turn that down, sorry. It's open. It's an open area. And either side is flanked by walls of ice. The ceiling is open here. It's come back out and it's open to the skies where you can see swirling frost and lightning. And you can see the, as you descend out from these terraces into this frozen lake, there are faces and arms of people underneath you in the ice, stretching up, reaching for you, frozen there. And in particular, you see a beautiful young woman who catches your eyes. Her face, unlike the others, is not tormented, but sad and serene. At the far end of the frozen lake of people is a pyramidal frozen throne with a laughing face frozen in it. It's inhumanly large, the face is. Its eyes are malevolent and knowing. There is a one of these like things of like goop that's like, and then flopping itself towards you, and you can tell that it's a person. And it comes up to you, and it says, you hear its wet slapping noise as it flops toward you, and it says, "Hateful foes, ruinous idiots. Why must I serve you? The torment.
I'm just gonna kind of wait for it to not be talking to itself, I guess. That's...
Oh, it's talking to... It says that it slops its way toward you and says that to Faith and to Fellcayn.
Oh, I'm the ruinous foes? Okay, I mean, I don't remember hiring it, so I don't know what its problem is. And I'm gonna say that as Faith, like, I didn't hire you, what are you talking about working for me?
I didn't have a choice. And it points a sludgy, like, mutated hand up, like a vestigial hand, and points to Fellcayn. After what you did to me, I was forced here by Asmodeus. to serve him. And you. I can only remember my hatred of you and the eons that I will have to serve here.
Of Fellcayn?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the last name kind of sounds familiar, but Dynar.
Oh, and you can make like a insight check. Fellcayn wouldn't know this unless like she could manage to know it somehow. Anyway.
Well, I mean, if she doesn't know it, then why does he hate Fellcayn? Or
Out
did
of
you mean he hates
character,
Faith?
he's Villia Dynar, the demon you defeated at the top of Fellcayn's tower.
Oh.
And he says as much. He says, I was reduced in the blood war as a devil because like parts of his face melts off and he has to put it back. And he's like, as punishment, devils
Okay, so
that
Faith-
are banished back to the hells become a lemur and have to rise back up in service across millennia.
Oh, so you meant Faith wouldn't know this.
No, I mean like Fellcayn wouldn't know it because if she looks at it,
Yeah.
it's just a pile of sludge. Except she's really smart, so she probably could have inferred it by now.
Yeah. Okay, honestly, Fellcayn's just gonna kind of laugh. Like,
He hates it. You can see it as like an eye melts off again. He's like, you hateful foe. You have ruined
okay.
everything.
Fellcayn is literally gonna do this.
You mock me. You make a mockery, and like part of his mouth falls off, and then he has to form
He
a
does
new
mock
mouth
him.
over here. And it's like, you don't even realize, but you'll pay in the end because he will get what he wants. Oh, sorry, baby. Oh.
Stygia.